Hey, I'm Grumps. I'm not so Grump, and we're the Game Grumps.
Well, I won't back down. No, I won't back down. That's right, Aaron. You can stand me up at the gates of hell, but I won't back down.
Was that for me?
Yeah, it's just fucking...
That was the most, like...
Because I believe in you.
Sure.
Hey, baby, there ain't no easy way out. You know that song?
Of course.
Oh, it's so fucking good.
It's Tom Petty, right?
Hell yeah, it's Tom Petty. Let me just say this randomly, because this is something that grinds my gears.
Yeah.
Listen, I get it. I'm 38, and a lot of our audience is much younger than that, so I'm gonna get like the "you're old" comment a lot. I don't really care that much. I'm actually pretty stoked.
Nobody cares. Everybody loves you.
Yeah, I was pretty happy I've made it this far. But I mean, like, a lot of people my age will constantly say, like, ugh, I'm so old. Like, just with this, like, defeatist attitude, you know? I'm just like, I don't know. I just hate it. It's such like a self-pity trip to be like, oh, I'm not X age anymore, therefore I matter less and I can do less and I can't accomplish anything. You can fucking accomplish tons of shit at many different points in your life. I mean, like, granted, when you get super old and, like, your parts don't work as well, like, okay, that's one thing, but I mean, like...
Well, it's also up to you to, like, make sure, you know,
they stay... Yeah. Well, that's... And I mean, that's kind of what bugs me on that level in general. There's a lack of responsibility for, like, your own life. Like, everyone has to be responsible for their own life and their own happiness and their own choices. So I'm old, and, like, throwing up your hands and being like, can't do anything. It's just a way of, like, kind of deferring the responsibility for your own life.
Oh yeah.
Like it I don't know. That song personifies it to me. Like, I won't back down. Like, fucking fight, goddammit. Like, get off your ass and do shit. Don't just, like, I don't know. I don't know why it affects me so much, but, like, mostly because I care about people in general and I want to see them succeed, but, like, that requires passion and energy and self-belief in a way that some people maybe don't have, but, like, I think more often just choose not to have, you know?
Oh yeah. Well, I think a lot of people just aren't taught. God damn it.
That they can accomplish things?
Yeah, man. Like, I know there's this whole fucking anti-snowflake shit going on where it's like, oh, you know, parents, the kids says, you're so special. It's like, it's like, yeah, well, kids need to hear that. Because
it depends.
That's what that's what they bring with them to adulthood. Yeah,
like, I think what that backlash, I mean, maybe it's gone out of control now. I don't know. I don't pay attention, but, like, I think the thinking there is that, like, so many kids are taught that they're, like, the most important thing in the world. I think the difference is it's work ethic, right? Like, the anti-snowflake shit, which I'm not endorsing at all. But I think the idea is, like, that kids are taught that they're so special that they don't have to work for anything, you know? But, like,
that's an entirely different thing.
Yeah, I think that's where it starts, and then it gets out of hand from there. But, like, but yeah, we're talking about something different. We're talking about, like, just the belief that, like, if you work hard, you actually do improve at anything.
Unless you have Dunning-Kruger.
Dunning-Kruger?
Yeah, it's a psychological thing. It's like people who are, it's people,
oh, you've told me about this.
Yeah, it's the idea is that it's people who are so bad at something that they don't know they don't know what's good, so that they can't evaluate whether or not they actually are good or bad at it.
Right. Yeah, I've seen that a few times. That does happen.
So they think that they're good at it because they don't even know enough to know that they're not good.
Yeah. They're unconsciously incompetent.
Yeah. I love that because I've met a lot of people like that before.
Oh, sure, especially in like our world. But yeah, no, like if you want to do something and like cuz I've had that thought when I was younger. I used to think I'll never be good at playing guitar. I've never played guitar, and look at how amazing some people are. But like everyone sucks at everything when they start, you know?
Didn't come out the pussy drawing Mozart.
Drawing fucking Mozart. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
You did not come out the pussy that way.
No. It's not talent.
Yeah.
People who throw around talent.
Well, it's
That's what I don't like about the word talent. I think I've talked about this before. But to me, talent is a very defeatist concept.
really.
Yeah. Because to say that you have talent is like as if it was like given to you.
Right.
You know, as if it was like this gift.
Well, I think you can have like a predisposition.
Sure.
And but like it still has to be developed.
Yes.
And that's what we're saying. Like put in the hard work. And if you feel like no one believes in you, I fucking believe in you. There, I said it. So go out and do that shit that you want to do, and don't let life live you. You know, like you fucking be proactive and live your life. Because I think you only get one. And you gotta, I don't know. It's such a sad waste when you see people look back at an advanced age and be like, oh, I should have done this or that. Like, just fucking do it now.
Do anything you want now.
Yeah. What's that saying? You're never as young as you are today.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just how I've always lived my life. Just fucking, I want to do this thing, so I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, and look what you've accomplished. I've watched you build more than one empire, which is crazy.
How are you gonna accomplish anything if you don't do it?
Yeah. And you're a good-for-nothing fucking high school dropout scumbag.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's amazing.
That's.
It's very inspiring.
I think everyone's just afraid of what people are gonna think of them.
Yeah, fuck other people. Fuck their opinions.
But who gives a shit? You know, nothing ever happens unless you take the first step.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's so obvious, but I think it's so easy to overlook the concept of like the only way something's gonna happen is if you do it. I've had that thought so many times in my life, where like with like stuff that panned out and stuff that didn't pan out, where I'm like, man, if somebody walked in on me like the first day of like trying guitar or something,
oh god, yeah,
and they were just like, what are you doing? And I'm just like, I don't know, trying to learn to play guitar, and they'd be like, you know, like
you'll never be this.
I could just imagine that scenario of like, oh, okay, you know.
Oh, it's happened to me.
And it's like, but Clapton had day one, you know, like there's everybody has the first day, and nobody's gonna.
That's another quote I like. The person who says it cannot be done should not interrupt the person doing it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's exactly that. I think it's because we all have like that voice in our heads that tell us like we're not good enough and like we suck and whatever. It shows up in a million ways, but like the voice of doubt in your mind, and then when someone else comes along and says and echoes that doubt, like you'll never do it, like then that voice in your head gets like twice as loud, you know, like I told you, you know.
Yeah.
But fuck that voice. That voice isn't you. You gotta tell that motherfucker to go fuck itself.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fucks for one sentence, but
yeah,
it's worth it because it's an important thing.
You know what really motivates me?
What's that?
Is that I'm gonna die.
Oh yeah. Well, if we weren't gonna die, we'd never do anything.
Yeah.
We just sit around all day. So that's our little motivational message for the day that we did not intend on giving. Just do the thing you want to do. Because everyone wants to do something.
Yeah, do you want to play Sonic Unleashed?
Yeah. No, not me personally, but
Okay.
if you do, then do it. Wow, I rule.
That's a mantra.
How often
to live
can you say
by.
that?
Yeah. And
Yeah, you know what? Wow, you rule.
Sonic, you've gone through 30 years. Has it been 30 years? What is it, Sonic?
1991?
Yeah. You've gone through 26 years of hard times, ups and downs, and people still fucking love you. So yeah, Sonic, you do rule. You own that rule. You say that about yourself and enjoy it, and you post a sassy fucking uplifting tweet about it.
And a dick pic.
Well, don't post that. You'll get suspended off of Twitter. But you could send that to somebody who wants it.
Yeah.
Like, if Amy's like, you have send me that fat werehog cock,
Yep.
you'd be like, hell yeah, fucking send that shit.
Or Aaron. So you can send it to Aaron.
You can send it to me. I'm always accepting. You don't have to get a text from me asking for that fat werehog cock, because I always want it.
This is a weird question to ask randomly in the middle of a fucking Zelda playthrough.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, shit, Zelda playthroughs seem to be like where we get deep. Like, do you believe in evil?
In what sense?
Like, do you think that there are certain people who are born, like, and all they want to do, like, they understand the difference of, like, what is good and evil, quote unquote, like, what is the right and the wrong thing to do, and they intentionally choose the wrong thing, do not care about, like, anyone's feelings, and are just so filled with hate and get genuine joy out of doing, like, terrible things to other people. Like, because that just seems like a sociopath kind of thing.
Yeah.
But, like, evil has this other, almost like this otherworldly connotation, you know? Like, they're being driven by a force beyond, like, beyond that.
Then I think that's like a disorder or something, you know, right?
Right, right.
And then whether or not that can be, I don't know, cured or whatever, is an entirely other thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess if by evil you mean something that's like a little more scientific than that, then yes.
I
do believe that there's some kind of...
I think I actually mean something a little less scientific than that. Like, you're just born bad.
No, I don't think that's...
I don't
believe in that.
I don't think I do either. I think people are, like, at their core good. And then, like, there are certain people that have, like, psychological issues.
I think that people are at their core wanting to survive.
Right.
And then based on how they go through life, and, like, have the experiences of survival, then that will, you know, like, inform their decisions or their morals or whatever through the rest of their life. So if they go through life being an asshole, and then that works out for them, then why would you stop being an asshole?
Wow. Good question.
You know? And,
Yeah.
and where would you learn being an asshole from? You'd probably learn it from somebody in your life, like a parent or like a brother. Or,
Right. You'd pick that behavior up from someone as, like, the right thing to do. Or the thing that works.
So I don't think that you can come out the womb being a supervillain.
Yeah. It's... I don't know. I mean, we'll never know the answer, really, but, like...
That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
That's just, like, my opinion, man.
Yeah. It's a very strange thing. I was talking to an ex-girlfriend the other day, and she got me...
Who I consider to be evil.
No, she's super cool. And we were talking about another ex-girlfriend of mine that had, like, happened since the one I was speaking to. I don't know if that's confusing or not.
Right.
But she was just giving me advice on the situation, and I was like, man, I think it would be hard to get back together with this girl, knowing that she's, even if she wanted to, just knowing that she's slept with another person, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And this ex who I was talking to is like, it wouldn't bother you. Like, we're animals. And I was like, oh yeah, we're animals. Like, and there was just something, like, so matter-of-fact about the way she said it that, like, made me start applying that, like, we're animals thought to everything. And I was like, wow, this is really making me rethink a lot of shit.
I don't know. I think it probably would bother you.
I think it might. I don't know. Like, it's just one of those things where, like,
if that's how you feel instinctually, then I think it would.
Right.
I think there's probably a way that you can get around that and like come to terms with it, but
right.
I think if you feel like it would upset you, then it probably will.
Probably. Whoa!
Yeah.
Oh man, that door is like the great grandfather of like the gross tongue and jaw treasure chest from Dark Souls.
Oh yeah.
Nice bomb throw.
Thanks, bro. Did it! Oh shit! Oh snap! Oh bitch! Oh god! Oh shit! My penis is large. Is large.
You know what I just thought of? So I could just to finish our conversation from earlier. I don't mean to interrupt your penis rap.
Sorry.
No problem. I think it's also that we're not, like, you and I aren't like particularly religious people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure, like, and this obviously we try never to make statements about that stuff because we don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. If you're religious, like, go for it, you know, no judgment. But like, I think people who are religious tend to gravitate towards ideas of like good and evil maybe a little bit more, because that is like more entwined in their belief system.
Yeah.
You know, and I think because we don't have that, you know, in our lives, maybe we just don't think about it very much. So that's...
We don't know a lot of evil people.
Yeah.
Are you saying?
I mean, fucking... I can think of a couple who are closer than others.
Well, so what I've learned about storytelling, about my studies in storytelling, is that in particular, America or Western storytelling is very combative.
Yeah, good versus evil.
Yeah, but there's a lot of methods of storytelling that aren't.
That's why I always liked Star Trek and Star Trek The Next Generation. Like, even the worst piece of shit characters always had like a reason for being that way.
Yeah.
Like their people had been destroyed or they went crazy at some point. Like, it's very, very humanist kind of nice megaton hammer.
I'm telling you, bro.
That'll fucking slap the good into some people.
But like, you know, there's like, for example, like a Buddhist story wouldn't have conflict at all, right? Like it's all very like internal and it's just about experience and stuff like that.
Right.
Which, you know, to a Westerner would seem like a very boring story, but to somebody who grew up with Buddhist beliefs,
right,
would think that maybe it's not so boring.
Well, we like the hero's quest.
Yes.
You know, like, for if anyone wants to look that up, like the
hero's journey.
The hero's journey. I think that's it. Yeah.
The hero of 1,000 faces.
Yeah. The hero's journey is the basis of. I mean, what percentage would you say? A shit ton of movies and books and
most modern storytelling is based on the hero's journey.
Yeah.
Even like, well, because I feel like a lot of the stories from certain cultures, like Greek culture,
right,
is very hero's journey oriented. Yeah,
because I mean, these stories were meant to teach morals in a lot of ways in the olden times.
Yeah.
So what better way to teach morals than to show how courage overcomes fear and, you know, how you can succeed in your life doing things if you have the stomach to, like, face your demons and things like that.
They told stories in order to motivate people to do their fucking jobs.
Right. And many of those biblical stories, like, the purpose is to keep people in line. You got to think of, like, how people were in those days, you know? Like, it was a lot easier to just fucking kill someone and walk away and face no repercussions 3,000 years ago.
Oh yeah, nobody wants to be killed.
Yeah.
Being killed sucks.
Yeah. So those folks definitely benefited from the 10 Commandments, I'm sure. Like, yeah.
Thou shalt not kill. Yeah, oh shit, really?
Thou shalt not steal. Like, don't fucking steal shit. It seems logical, but it's a you know, now we have, like, cameras that will, you know, record you stealing the shit. It changes things.
That's true. I mean, you still shouldn't steal, but like, if you do, like, you're gonna get fucked up.
And I could be wrong about this, but I believe that, like, part of the reason, like, don't eat pork became a part of Jewish culture a long time ago. Like, that's pork isn't kosher. And I think if I remember correctly, part of the reason for that is that like in the ancient times, swine was the least clean of the meats. You know, like that would make the most people sick and get them killed. But like, you know, I don't know if this is true, but I could envision a scenario where like a couple thousand years ago, you'd be like, don't eat pig. And people would be like, fuck you, pigs are delicious and they're everywhere, you know, and I can eat them. But if you say like, don't eat pig because fucking God hates it when you do that, then they'd be like, oh, okay.
Well, I don't want to fucking mess with God, dude.
Yeah, and meanwhile, you're helping them. But like, well, I don't know. Like, I'm not a fucking authority enough to talk about this shit.
Are you sure?
Well, I have had some bacon in my day.
Are you surety?
But I stopped eating pork myself.
I'm not huge on pork, but I love bacon.
Bacon was delicious, as I remember, but it's been a long time because
Actually, I'm good on pork. I don't like ham.
pigs are fucking too cute, man. Like I can't. I'm a very hypocritical guy I'm like, I won't eat this meat because the animal's cute. But chickens, you guys, not chickens, turkeys, you guys are fucked.
Turkeys are vicious, dude.
Yeah, they're mean.
You gotta eat a turkey because if you don't, they'll eat you.
Yeah, I'll eat I'll eat the shit out
Those
of a turkey.
motherfuckers are raptors, dude.
But like a deer, like a little baby deer, I can't fucking. I couldn't.
Deer.
Venetian.
That sounds really good right now. Fucking
Venison.
deer. I've never eaten deer.
I don't think I have either.
I don't.
I told you that story about like the rabbit, the roommate that cooked rabbit, right?
Rabbit's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm sure I told this on Grumps before, but I had a
Frogs
roommate.
are good too.
I had a roommate in college who was like, "I'm going to cook a rabbit. Do you want some?" And I was like, "Yes, I'll try it because it's interesting and different. But just do me a favor. Make sure it doesn't look like a rabbit. Please make it just look like anonymous cubes of meat, you know?" And he was like, "Of course." And fucking, he brings that thing out like an hour later. It is a fully formed rabbit who's all like, it's like arms are all mangled and shit. I'm like, oh God. So I didn't eat it. It's like, Thumper, no.
You should have reverse psychologied him and just been like, make it look as much like a rabbit as you can.
Yeah.
And then he would have been like, ew, gross.
Yeah.
And then he would have cut it up into anonymous cubes.
You're probably right. Man,
Or he would have just made it look like a rabbit and he doesn't give a shit about
yeah,
you.
that guy's straight evil. When you decided to become an animator, before you became financially stable, excuse me, did you ever have to ask your parents for money?
No.
No. Really?
No.
You just dropped out of high school and the pussy drawing Mozart?
I lived with them for fucking 22 years or something.
Okay. That's
So
a decent amount of time.
That's, you know, that's asking them for money, essentially.
I guess so. But like once you moved out, that was it?
Once I moved out, no, I never did. I was very poor, like super poor. Well, I think I told the story on the show once where I was like taking money out of my friend's piggy bank. So
Oh my God, I
that-
never heard this.
So that I could,
that I remember.
so that I could buy gas money to get to work.
Oh God. Was that the Disney days?
Yeah, those were the
Whoa, 3-shot kill.
yeah, those are bad times. I always paid them back though.
Aaron, you are the worst.
Shut up, man. I'm just trying. Fuck. I'm just trying to fucking get it done.
I hear you.
It was. I wanted to make sure he like knew it. I was like non-confrontational at the time.
Right.
I have since learned confrontation,
Oh God, yeah.
but
You'll kill a man if he looks at you wrong.
well, it's just being in charge of what 9 people.
Right.
You have to be open to confrontation.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I wanted him to know that I was doing it and that I was paying him back. So I paid him back in bills instead of coins.
Oh, that's cool.
So like suddenly he would have bills in his bag, and you know, thinking back, I kind of wonder like, why the fuck do I suddenly have bills in my bag? Like, just for some reason I was like, he'll know I took some, and then I felt guilty, and then I
you
like,
never
paid
even
him back.
like, said you were taking money from his piggy bank?
No,
Wow.
I just snuck into his room and took money, and then I paid for gas, and then when I got my paycheck, then I'd take some bills out of what I took, and then I'd pay him back.
That's crazy,
in
man.
bills. In the bag. Or the piggy bank or whatever.
Man, it was... My parents supported me for a long time.
Really?
Yeah, and it was very humiliating. to keep asking for help, especially when like my dad was like, you know, not that he didn't support me, but like he didn't understand what I was trying to do, you know, because like he's a business guy and like he's a dollars guy. Nice.
Yeah.
Good job.
Same bomb.
Save that mushroom, bro. Don't hit it right away, baby. Save that shroom. That's a little mushroom tip from your boy Dan. I got some more mushroom tips if you want.
I'm curious. You know I'm curious. I want to see that tip.
Yeah, all right. I'll show you what it's about. This past MagFest that we just did felt like a wow, we actually made it kind of situation, you know?
Yeah.
And like as awesome as the last couple of years have been, it still felt surreal, and it didn't feel, because it was Game Grumps and because it was something that like you had built with John so much, it didn't really feel like I deserved like a lot of the success that came with it, if that makes sense. Like, it was like I didn't build this, I jumped on, you know, when there were already like 1 million subscribers and stuff.
Yeah, but now there's 3 million.
Yeah, it's awesome. No, now I'm a little bit easier on myself, but don't hit that just yet. Yeah, there you go. But I mean, Ninja Sex Party, like that was something that like Brian and I created out of nothing, you know. So like for that to like have taken off felt amazing, and like I think just because my dad was there in the audience and like he was beaming, you know, and my mom was there, it was just so fucking amazing. What was the point of all this? Oh, just that like, so there were a bunch of people asking me like, what's it feel like, you know, and like, can I ever get to that point? And like the short answer is yes, you can. And the other answer is like, you know, I had a lot of fucking help, you know?
Yeah.
Like I did not do this on my own and all that. Like my parents and my grandma, Granny Sexbang, how many fucking hits does this guy take?
I know.
My God. I remember Granny Sexbang gave me a check for like, let's just say a 4-digit number that was more money than I had in the bank at the time, you know? And that's what allowed me to do the Sacred Chalice videos when we made those, which led to us getting our first manager and all this shit. But like, I got to hang out with her the other day and I was like, Mom, like, oh, I call Granny Sexbang Mom for anyone who doesn't know that. It's like, you know, you made all this possible, and she was like, you made this like, it's just fucking, I don't know where I'm going with all this, other than that, like, this is the first time in my life I've ever felt like, you know, really happy with career stuff, and like, it just feels great.
I'm very happy for you, man.
Thank you, man.
I feel similarly.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's sort of a misnomer. Is that like, in order to make it, you have to do everything for yourself, and it's like, nah, man.
No, no.
Everyone gets a little help.
Yeah, lean on things, and yeah, don't feel like you have to, like it's you against the world, because it's really not.
Yeah.
You've got friends and family, probably.
You're worse off for that.
Yeah.
And there are tons of people out there that want to help.
I wonder if there's something you need to be doing, dude.
Are you fucking
Because he took like
man?
15 shots.
Yeah, I've been wailing on him for a while.
Yeah.
I guess I'll give it one more shot.
Okay. And then we'll just call this a loss. Right after I gave that believe in yourself speech. You can do anything you put your mind to, except if you're Aaron and it's what you put your mind to is this level of Mario Maker.
There's gray areas in life for everything, really.
Oof.
Nah, it's true, man. It's true. I hear it all the time. People's like, I want to do it all on my own. I want to know that I did it myself. And it's like, nobody did it themselves.
Yeah, and good luck. I mean, I'm sure some people did, you know, but like...
Did you create an entire network and like distribution platform so that you could release your shit? Like, it's like there's always someone.
Yeah, along the lines.
You.
Yeah, sure.
In one way or another.
Yeah, I mean, we're all piggybacking off the ideas and success of the weird druid council that created YouTube, you know, that no one knows their names.
Did I invent the Let's Play format? No. Did I invent fucking cartoons on the internet? No.
Yeah.
But
That's a good point.
I made fucking... Did I even invent the subject matter of my first cartoon? No. It's fucking Metal Gear.
Oh, yeah.
Well, actually, it was Final Fantasy VII, but nobody watched that.
Whoa, nice. That was a nice up.
Thanks.
Oh, dude, sick.
I really like it when you acknowledge my ups.
Yeah, you got sick ups, bro.
Oh, dude, thank you. Fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. That made me want to orgasm.
What?
Yeah. That's something I've said in a lot of panels and stuff, but any opportunities you got, you should take them.
Yeah.
Life is hard.
That was actually the first thing in that career course with Capes that I took in New York. Like, one of the first things you strategize with them is like, who do you have like on your side, basically, that will be willing to help you? And like, you work in a concentric circle outward, you know? Like, these are the people you know, and you know that have got your back and love you. Whoa. And then it's like, these are acquaintances that you've met, and then like farther out are like famous people who like you'd be doing the, yeah, nicely done.
Well, I didn't even need that.
That would be like the once in a blue moon, like you write to them and they get back to you, you know?
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Huh.
But that's still worth doing anyway, you know? Like, give it a shot. Fucking fortune favors the bold, as they say.
That's true. It's not like it's not like anybody who's in a position of like fame where they're getting a lot of like people sending the messages. It's not like they like hate somebody for like, you know?
Yeah.
It's like at worst it'll be ignored.
Right.
You know? And it's like, and if ever you're in a situation where you're like around them again, they're not gonna fucking remember.
Oh,
like,
I think you have to go up somewhere.
one email. Take them right up the beehole, baby. Right at the beehole.
You gotta.
Oh, come the fuck on! All right, fuck this level.
Great.
I call it a loss.
Okay, cool. One big loss for everybody. Believe in yourself. This is our first day back after a little vacation, little vacay.
Right.
And how was your vacation, Aaron? You went to Japan.
I did, yeah.
How was that?
It was good. You know, I got to see.
Whoa! Sorry, just the first time experiencing these seaweed monsters.
Yeah, they're pretty silly, right?
Kind of caught me off guard.
It was good. I got to see a childhood friend, which probably sounds weird, but yeah, he lives in Japan and works in Japan.
Yeah, and he's a child.
He was born in my childhood. He is 6.
We have a lot to talk about.
And it was nice because, we recorded like crazy. I think we mentioned in the Mega Man 7 playthrough. We recorded like crazy so that we could, hold on a sec.
Take our first vacation in a couple of years.
Yes, so we took a month off.
That was amazing.
And we worked really hard in 2017, and the first day of our vacation, I fell into the worst depression I've ever had in my entire life.
I actually was a little bit nervous.
What?
Not nervous as in like anything would happen to you, but I was just nervous in the sense that I was like, man, I really don't know how he's doing, and it was bumming me out.
I didn't either, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I definitely I appreciated the space.
Yeah.
Because you had the mantra of like, hey, I'm here, but I won't bug you.
Yeah, that's the way to do it, right?
Yeah. Which was nice because like I didn't know what the day was gonna be, you know.
Right.
So the Japan trip was sort of like a kind of. Susie was like, "Let's go to Japan because it's your favorite place in the world, and you're really depressed, and maybe that'll like, you know, jostle something loose."
Yeah.
And for a while it didn't. I went to Ueno Park and being around nature was actually pretty healing.
Cool. Always.
Yeah. So that was cool, but it wasn't like fully cool. And then when I saw my childhood friend, then it was the first day that felt normal.
Yeah.
So that was awesome.
That can really help because like it's you know, that person is synonymous with another time in your life, and a lot of times, like, at least for me, when I'm feeling down or going through a hard moment, it's a good reminder that like, oh yeah, this is like chapter 38 in a very, very long book that has had many ups and downs, you know? Like, this isn't the way I'm feeling right now isn't the way I've always felt and always will feel.
Yeah, that was exactly what was happening too. It was like tainting memories almost.
Yeah.
Where it was like, oh no, well, remember the good times. And I was like, oh no. Like,
what good times?
Because I feel shitty right now, it's sort of like infecting the old memories.
Right.
So,
Oh, good. Finally.
to be in a situation where it was like, oh, everything's cool now, and I feel like at home. It was sort of a reminder of something that our trainer said like 2 days ago. He was like, home isn't a place, it's a feeling.
Yeah.
And that was like exactly how it felt. I was like, oh, I feel like I'm at home right now, even though I was fucking 3,000 miles away or whatever in some hotel.
The other side of the earth.
But like he spent the night in our hotel, and it was super fucking like, oh man, this is great. So yeah, that was nice going to Japan.
That's fabulous, man.
I came back and it was tough, but I got over it. I discovered my love for interior design.
Yeah, you're into that now.
Yeah.
That's another thing that really helps. Like, first of all, jizzing octopus goo on this thing's head. That on this
Always healing.
gross lava head.
Always healing.
Yeah. Yeah. I get what you're saying. I think like a lot of times if you pursue a new interest, like that's another way to essentially just create a new chapter of your life. Just to get into something you've never gotten into before.
Yeah. Well, I realized I had always been into it because when I was a kid and I had my own room, I was rearranging the room like every month. And it sort of never occurred to me that that was like an interest. It was just something I did. And now that I have a house and everything and I share it with somebody else, I'm like reluctant to change things around because it's not like just my space.
Right.
But then I sort of realized like, oh, my office at home is my space, so I can do whatever the fuck I want with it. And I was like, what don't I like about my office? And then I sat down and started designing it, and that was like another moment in the past month where I was like, oh, I feel kind of normal right now.
That's awesome.
So I don't know, like a sense of agency or control over my life was nice to feel.
Absolutely, that's fantastic.
Yeah, so things are like pretty good right now.
Yeah, you seem pretty much back to your normal, happy-go-lucky self.
Yeah, well, that's good. I'm glad that it feels that way. But one of the weird revelations too was sort of like, I think maybe I didn't know how to feel like sad or like depressed or something. I didn't have like a frame of reference, so I never really like identified it in my mind. So now when it happens, I'm like, oh no, it's coming back. But then I'm like, oh no, maybe I like always sort of felt like this a little bit, and I just didn't know how to like talk about it or phrase it, or I was like afraid to admit that I was feeling it or something.
Right.
So I think that's sort of a healthy change.
That is very important.
Yeah.
The ability to know what you're feeling in the moment. I speaking for myself, like, I think this is a younger Dan issue, but like one of my problems was that I wouldn't know what I was feeling in the moment, and like 6 months later I'd be able to look back and be like, oh, that's what this meant and this meant and this meant. But like, that's not helpful because you can't do anything about a lot of things 6 months later. So I kind of know where you're coming from. Oh, look at that rainbow.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's always darkest before the dawn.
I didn't even realize that. Oh yeah, that's true that, huh? There was also two things, like one was about work, like I work all the time, and I worked ridiculously too much in 2017.
We both did. We both hit the wall like 2 separate times.
Yeah.
In that year.
And so coming out of working that hard was, for one, in one case, the way you put it was like, didn't have any time to celebrate accomplishments.
Right.
And then 2, sort of as a result of that, I didn't know how to relax or exist without work. So it was sort of like this sense of like uselessness and like meaninglessness.
Right.
Because I didn't have something to like go into work to and do. It was just kind of like, okay, now I have to exist for a month, and what do I do with that, you know?
Right.
So that was tough, but I got through it.
Yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying and where you're coming from, because like, you know, we've talked about this. For me, I think there's a sense of playing catch up, you know. When I was...
Delicious, by the way.
Delicious ketchup. When I was in my 20s, I was kind of dealing with some mental stuff at the beginning of my 20s, and then some physical problems because I had issues with my back for a while, and also I didn't have much success with the bands that I was pursuing at that time. And a lot of my heroes, like Rush and Nirvana and all these other bands that I loved, had already accomplished tremendous things by the time that they were 30. Or, you know, unfortunately for Kurt Cobain, like, he was already gone by that point, but he'd changed the history of music by the time he was like 25, you know? So when I turned 30 and started Ninja Sex Party with Brian, like, there was this feeling of, I've got to catch up, you know, I'm behind. Which is, of course, ridiculous now, but it's certainly how I felt at the time. And that's part of the reason I've been, like, so insanely driven these past 8 years to just, like, never stop working and go, go, go. It's because I'm not just trying to make a dream happen. I'm trying to make a dream happen to the point where I feel like I should be at the age that I am now, you know, not a couple of years ago. So, the upshot of all that is that it's a mixture of that fear-based, you know, thinking, and also the fact that because we're in YouTube, we are at the mercy, our careers are at the mercy of other people.
I think that's the case, that any case in entertainment, you know?
For sure. But we've also seen stuff recently, you know? Like, and I'm not going to make any statement, like, politics-wise, like, however you feel about these things, you already feel that way, you know, if you're listening to this. So I'm not going to make a statement on that. But the fact is, like, PewDiePie drops an N-bomb, you know, and that starts a domino chain, which leads to adpocalypse. And fortunately, we were pretty okay, you know, because we were big enough as a channel. But, you know, a lot of smaller channels, like, really went under, you know, and weren't able to make a living at this anymore.
Right.
And then, you know, you see someone like Logan Paul, who does that video, that was while you were gone, right? In the Japanese forest.
It happened like the day before we left.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think we were actually in Japan at the same time.
Right. So he does something like that, and that, of course, is another example of people who don't know anything about YouTube suddenly looking at it from the outside and thinking this guy represents all YouTubers, you know? And that, fortunately, it doesn't seem like that has led to another, like, mass exodus of advertisers or anything like that.
Well, it's tough to say because it happened right when January started.
Right.
Which is, you know, a huge drop for ad revenue.
Yeah.
A little inside baseball for you.
Yeah, that's just the natural rhythm of advertising on YouTube. January is a slow month for some reason. But either way, that's another... Basically, YouTube is run by the top 50 channels, you know, that make the company of YouTube an enormous amount of its money, an enormous percentage of it.
That's not true.
Not true?
No, not at all.
Well,
the creators, the percentage of creators, like you and me, and like Logan Paul or PewDiePie or whatever, they make up like 1% of the traffic on YouTube.
what?
Yeah.
How can that be?
Well, that's basically why you get all these creators complaining that they don't communicate with us because, like, frankly, they're not super interested in. Like, it's good for brand building to have, like, channels and shows and stuff, but most of their traffic is from, like, viral videos and, like, random shit.
So why does it seem that YouTube is reluctant to discipline folks like that?
Well, how do you?
I don't know.
Aside from, you know, punishing them.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's what they've been doing.
But
it's not really their choice anyway. I mean, to be honest, I don't know, because I don't know that I agree with many things that YouTube does.
Sure.
You know, that's not even factoring in the fact that I'm a creator myself.
Yeah, I'm reluctant to go down this road of conversation just because, like, we owe everything to YouTube.
Right.
You know, I have no desire to bite the hand that feeds us and has afforded us careers.
Yeah.
Because that would be
agreed.
super fucking hypocritical. But, you know, I do... The only point I was trying to make was that we as creators in this job are very much at the mercy of other people's actions.
Right.
Whether it's the creators that are above us and draw a ton of attention, often negative, or the hard to pin down council of druids that runs YouTube. Like, I couldn't even name them if they were in a room with us right now. You know, they're very under the radar. So that's another reason why we've pushed ourselves so hard. Because there's always that fear that, hey, this could all go away no matter how good a job we're doing or how hard we're working at any time, you know?
Yeah, there is a bit of like a treadmill sense of it.
Right. So, but there's also a limit that we clearly hit last year where, you know, we were doing Game Grumps and we did Good Game and we toured with NSP and Starbomb and we toured with Game Grumps.
And we toured with Jack.
It was just nonstop. We went all over the world and it was awesome, but it also killed us inside.
Yeah, well, it made me realize that there's the importance of yin and yang, right? And by that I mean, like, there's a whole lot of yin, not a lot of yang. In 2017, it was just like nonstop work and no self-care.
Yeah,
you know, when there should be sort of a balance, right? Like, there should have been. And I have a buddy who was like, my New Year's resolution is to not work on weekends and to come home at night and not work, you know, like leave it for the work day.
Mm-hmm.
And I certainly didn't do that last year. I was working weekends almost consistently.
Right, sure.
And, you know, I would work until, you know, 9 p.m., 10 p.m. and come home and go to sleep pretty soon after, you know. So there wasn't a whole lot of balance in my life in 2017.
Yeah.
And hopefully that'll change. I mean, not hopefully, I will make an effort to make it change.
Yeah, I already feel better. Just for me, it was going back to Jersey and hanging out with my parents and my friends back there and my grandma. And after, you know, usually I get 3 days of that, you know, before I have to come back. But this time I got 10 days. And then, you know, it was very healing and very, very much a feeling of like, okay, you know. And again, same principle, you know, it reminded me of the time of my life before all this happened. And, you know, just that reminder that, oh, cool, you know, this isn't the way it's always been.
Yeah, and oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that was the gist of it.
Okay.
God, these things are horrifying.
And that's it. What? They're adorable.
Okay.
Look at them.
Oh, they're seals.
Yeah.
Never mind. Now that I know they're seals, they're cute. I thought they were humans with just fucked up faces.
Yeah, and also, oh fuck, I feel like we should next time on Game Grumps.
Oh, sure. We'll continue this conversation next time on Game Grumps.
Okay. Lost family, friends in the past.
Are you all
Let's
okay
do
with
it.
that? I'm okay with it, sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's too late now.
What is your first memory of death? Oh,
Heavy shit, man.
I don't even know. My first memory of death. I had a great grandma named Mornan, and she passed, and I didn't really know her that well. I mean, I was very young, but I remember everyone around me was really upset, and I remember the funeral really well. And whenever I think of like, if I like read, you know, in a book like they were at a funeral, I think of this one because it was just my first experience with a funeral. It was a very small room, and like there was a picture of her, and I remember she there was one like Christmas where we were all together at like the big dining room table, and that they had just released like the like Nerf head balls or whatever. Like you would wear like this Velcro cap, and then you would like throw balls at at the head, and they would stick to your head. And we put one of those on Mornan, and then we took a picture of her, and it was very funny because she's a very old woman, and she had all these like Nerf balls stuck to her head, and that was like one of the pictures they had on display at the funeral. And I remember being like, "Oh, that's nice." And but yeah, I didn't really have a huge relationship with her, so I was just kind of like, man, it's a bummer, I guess. So that was my first memory.
Yeah, pretty similar. My great grandma Tilly died when I was 10, I guess, something like that. And yeah, I remember going to the funeral, and it was an open casket, and I was really freaked out by that.
Oh wow.
Because it was her, but it wasn't her,
Right, yeah.
And I as a kid, I didn't know how to process that. And I remember I remember not being too disturbed by anything else other than the coffin like going down into the earth. I remember being very upset by that.
Oh, you were actually there for that. I've never been to one of those.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they just they lowered it down, and I just remember thinking like, where's Grandma Tilly going? Like, how am I going to see her again? And that was very tough to deal with. I loved her.
Wow.
But yeah, it's I don't know. It still took me another 7 years or so to realize that I was going to die someday. There was some disconnect in between seeing that and actually thinking, oh, this was just her turn, but everyone, this is a part of everyone's life eventually.
Wow.
But yeah. And it's weird, and it sounds like a negative experience. It wasn't completely, but it was very sad.
Yeah, it's just part of the human experience, right? Like everybody sort of has to deal with that at some point. I had
no question.
You mentioned open casket. I had my grandma on my mom's side died, and she had an open casket, and I had a friend that passed who also had an open casket, and I went to that funeral first, and I walked up and saw, and I was like, that's not him. Like it was strange, and now that image in my mind is like right up there with like my memories of him as a friend, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I went to my grandma's funeral, I had an open casket, everyone was going up, and it was like, do you want to go up? And I was like, no, I don't want that memory. Like I want to remember her as she was. And to this day, I'm extremely glad that I made that decision. I just didn't, I don't have that image in my mind at all of her laying there. She's just alive in my mind.
Yeah. There's that quote from Neil Peart who died earlier this year, and I was very affected by. But he said, "Here's a provocative quote for you: Death is for the survivors." And I was like, "Holy shit, what a quote!" Because I mean, he dealt with the loss of his daughter and his wife, so he knew better than most. And it's really true, because the person who's dead, they're just on to whatever adventure or nothingness there is, know. They're just on to the next thing. It really is the reckoning of it is really for the people that are left behind, as they say. But yeah, I know how you feel, man. Boy, this did get heavy.
Hey, good answer.
Yeah.
No whammies.
But like I've had friends die too, and it is the fucking worst. That's another quote I heard once: "The death of an old man is not a tragedy," and that is true. But at least as far as I feel. But yeah, when it's someone your age, you know, and especially when it's someone, a friend of mine died maybe 10 years ago, and it felt horrible at the time. And as the years have gone on, it's, I mean, in some ways it's gotten easier with time, and in other ways it's like even worse in some ways, because in those 10 years so much life has happened, and it's like, oh man, look at what she missed out on, you know. And it becomes more tragic in a way.
Wow.
Woof.
All right, next question.
One's gonna be like, here's what a horse sounds like.
Maybe that's why, you know, we were kind of wondering why the sound effect thing, but maybe it is a palate cleanser.
Yeah, that might be it. Okay. Oh, is that me that I have to hit?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, I have my phone set to go black after like 30 seconds of non-use, so I always miss the next screen button.
Next player's turn to share something new with us.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to shit like a fucking racehorse after this.
That's not what the saying is, first of all.
Yeah, but have you ever seen a racehorse shit?
I have not. I imagine it's very fast.
It's like it's like when you
it's like on beat.
It's when you like drop like a wet sack on the ground. That's the sound it makes.
Oh no.
Just
How much horse feces have you been around?
and you can feel it. It like
Oh, your
shits
mom
the
runs a
ground.
horse thing. I
Yeah.
forgot all about that.
Duh, I've been around horses my whole life.
Shit, dude.
Yeah.
I always forget that you're like a fucking podunk hick from the backwoods of Florida.
Yep. No, it's totally true.
That is funny.
Yeah.
That like, yeah, you grew up like in a rural Florida environment, and I grew up in the fucking suburbs of New Jersey. And 10 years earlier.
I mean, that's only partially true. Like I don't know where the fuck this letter is, so fuck it.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool. 5 minutes of my life I'm not getting back.
The weird thing about my childhood is that it was trapped between two worlds, right? Like we lived just outside of
The Zorglax dimension?
the Z-Blocks dimension.
It's just because you said trapped between two worlds.
Hold on, if I shoot a fucking sparkling, yeah, eat shit. I'm trying to remember what the point of my story was. I remember what the story was.
You
but
were between two worlds.
yeah.
growing
So
up.
I grew up and I was like, I lived in this like backwoods town that was like across the street from a really nice suburb.
Okay.
So I went to these like nice schools and had like sort of these, you know, I had a lot of friends that like, they had like nice houses and like all of the systems and stuff.
Right.
And then I just like had nothing. And it was so bizarre to like live, and people hated coming over to my house because they had to like open the rickety gate to like get inside on the
Yeah.
dirt road, and they'd have to wash their cars every time they came to my house.
Right.
But they were my friends, so they would do it for me.
It's funny, man. It's weird, like, do you miss it?
What, living out in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah, just your home, like the place where you grew up.
Fuck no.
No?
I mean, I miss my parents,
Right.
but no, not Florida. Florida sucks.
That's, wow, interesting. Because,
I would be fine never going back there again.
wow.
Yeah.
I really loved the place where I grew up.
I'm trying to look for this turtle shell, but
I love New Jersey, man. It gets such a bad rap because most people only see the turnpike, which is a disgusting, stanky mess. But there's a lot of like beautiful forests and waterfalls and stuff in the wilds of Jersey.
really?
Oh yeah.
Cool.
And it's weird too because like I went to school in Boston and then I immediately moved to New York and Philadelphia and all sorts of different places. And like since I honestly since I left home at like 17 or 18, like I've never had a place that I felt like I was home, you know?
Yeah.
And it's weird because you go back to those places and they don't feel like home anymore because, you know, so much has changed. But that was what was so cool because this past year I started going to Oregon a lot. And even now, like, I mean, because our CD manufacturer, CD Baby, is up there, and we're signing those CDs. Like, actually, tonight, I'm going, after we finish these episodes, I'm getting on a flight and going back up there.
Yeah,
And-
talking about that fucking busy life.
Yeah,
in that earlier episode.
It's crazy. But that's the thing. Like, Oregon, for whatever reason, like, gave me that feeling for the first time in, like, what, 20 years of, like, actually being home, you know? And it's such an awesome, like, thing when you find it. Of course, I can't live there right now, but like, it's just cool to, like, know that you can find that in other places.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Boy, that rabbit is fucking very sparkly.
I know what you mean. I don't know. For me, home is a good book and a couch.
And where Susie is. Right?
Thanks for making me
No, I'm not fucking being like, and your wife, right? No, like, I'm just saying, like, when you love someone like that, like, that's where home is, you know?
Yes.
For
Yes,
sure.
Of course.
For sure.
Yes. That is actually very true. Yeah, you know when I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but like, because I've
Oh shit.
So I grew up, you know, I lived with my parents and everything, but they, you know, dad was always at work and mom was always doing like doing her like charity stuff.
Right.
So I was pretty much home alone a lot of the time.
Right.
Not that I was like neglected or anything, but it's just, I was pretty independent. And then when I started living with somebody else, it was like hard because I was like, oh man, I've been alone this whole time and now I'm always around people.
Right.
And even now it's like, okay, I come to the office and I'm surrounded by people. I go home and I have my wife. So it's like weird. Mm-hmm. And so I have this feeling like, oh man, I need my alone time. Like, man, if I get my alone time, like things are going to be like just the way they were and it's going to be like the best. And then Susie like goes off on a trip for a while, and then like the first day I'm like, yeah, and then the second day I'm like, I'm lonely.
Oh, totally. Well, dude, like,
I don't know what to do.
Those psychology books that I've been reading and talking about, like, talk about that shit. How like, happiness with other people, especially in a relationship, is like there has to be a balance of contact and space, you know. And if there's too much contact, then you feel smothered. And if there's too much space, you feel lonely, you know, and isolated. So like, you just need to find that balance. And that's why long distance relationships are so hard, because there's too much space, you know, like, I don't know. It's all in the way you approach things and like what your own personal like guidelines are and what works for you. But either way, like, I guess the moral of all this, we didn't mean to get deep on this random episode of Galaxy, but like, the moral of all this is like, you know, you make your own rules and find what works for you, and you can be happy anywhere and with anyone cool, you know. You just have to like have the understanding that like you need to find that like balance.
Just like this guy cannot find the balance between
Being
how
a
much
huge
food
fat
he can
ass. Like, yeah.
Jeez.
That's it. I'm stuffed. Are you? You big, gross glob of bleh.
Well, next time on Game Grumps.
Okay, see you later, everybody. Did I ever tell you that I had really, really horrible OCD when I was younger?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there's not enough time in this Game Grumps to talk about it. It's kind of a serious subject, I guess. But I can talk about it on the next one.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Psychology Grumps.
Yeah!
I'm your host, Dr. Arid.
Yeah.
Today I have my patient with me, Dan. Well, I probably shouldn't have done that.
Oh, man. Well, that's fine. No, that's good. That's just our... God damn it, Aaron. All right, so, yeah. We get a lot of letters from people who talk about the fact that they deal with depression, and Game Grumps helps them, and that is fucking awesome. So, like...
I mean, it's not awesome that you have depression.
No.
It's awesome that we can help.
Yes, and like, so I guess I'll share my story, which I've never really told before in any kind of like public forum. When I was 18, I got really sick
with mono, and I was just laid up for like 8 months. I couldn't like really get out of bed and shit, and it was really, really awful. And it was the first, I had like a really happy childhood, and it was my first experience of like real like sadness, like over a long period of time, and I guess it was depression. But then I noticed, like, even when I got physically healthier, I was still like really struggling like mentally with a lot of stuff, because I had gone away to college, and like suddenly, like, I don't know, I think that's a tough age, just because like you know who you are when you're a kid, but you're not a kid anymore, and you don't know how to be an adult yet. You don't know where you fit into the world.
Yeah, and then you have these constant anxiety attacks about how like your kid life is over.
Yeah, and what does that mean?
All the stuff that you loved.
Yeah. But keep in mind, let me just say that like it gets way fucking better, because like the more of an adult you become, you're like, oh, I can actually like really get into this, and it's super fun and not that different from being a kid. If you happen to do stuff you love and laugh a lot and all that. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I started noticing that like I was just like really sad all the time, and really like having a lot of trouble just getting out of bed in the morning, and like things were bothering me. And basically the short version of the story is I had obsessive compulsive disorder, and it was undiagnosed, and I didn't really know what it was.
Like always, or just then?
See, that's the weird thing, because OCD is not... It's hard to separate from, like, your normal life. It's more just, like, an exaggerated form of what everybody has. Like, how can I describe it? Like, if something shitty happened to you, and it bothered you, like, it would bother anybody. But, like, a quote-unquote normal person would get over it in like 20 minutes or whatever.
Right.
But for you, it would bother you for weeks or whatever. Like,
okay.
So that's the best way I can describe. It's just an exacerbated form of like your natural personality. So OCD kind of like feeds on your imagination, so it's different for everybody. But for me, like, it was that everything in my mind would not stop connecting. Like I had too many associations constantly happening in my mind, and as a result, like I couldn't do anything. So like, okay, here's an example. Let's say I wanted to go bike riding right now. When I was struggling with it, my mind would be racing constantly, and it would be like I'd have an image of my head riding a bike. And then I'd think of me riding a bike when I was a kid back home. Then I'd start thinking of home. And then I'd start thinking, well, my girlfriend's in my ex-girlfriend is in my hometown. I don't like my ex-girlfriend, therefore I can't go bike riding. You know what I mean? Like, my mind would associate everything until it would get to something that made me sad, and then I couldn't disconnect the sad thing from what I wanted to do. And as a result, I just couldn't do anything. So, like...
Interesting.
It sucked, dude.
I kind of have that, I guess.
A lot of people do.
I never really thought about that.
It's awful. So, like, there was a period... I almost failed out of school because of it, because I couldn't go to my classes. Like, I didn't really leave, like, my apartment for maybe, like, 5 months, something like that. And I'll never forget, dude. Like, it was the weirdest thing. Like, I was at my friend Adam's house, and I was sitting on the computer, and I said something, and he was like, dude, just stop obsessing about that shit. And it was just one of those weird, like, unconscious, like, things, and I just randomly typed in obsession into, like, Google search terms or whatever, and all these pages on obsessive compulsive disorder came up, and, like, I started reading about it, and I just, like, fucking immediately started crying, because, like, I was like, oh my god, I'm not fucking crazy. Like, I just have this thing. And then I went to the school...
That's an interesting, like, response to that, too. Is that, like, a lot of people would hear that and be like, I am crazy because I have this?
Oh, no. It, like, for me, the moment I found out what it was, as soon as it had a name, I had a focal point from which to attack it from. And then I was like, if it's a disease, quote unquote, then it has a cure, you know?
But when it was just like this nameless thing like hanging over my life, it was just really, really tough. That's why I tell people, like, don't be scared to like go to therapy, and like don't think of it as like a sign of weakness to like ask for help if you're feeling sad, because like there's people out there who are like who want to help you and are qualified to help you.
Yeah, that's the thing, is they're qualified to help you.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing when it comes to like your fucking head.
Yeah. And
Like your friend is gonna listen to you, but he's not necessarily gonna give you like A, advice, or B, good advice.
yeah, no question. And so like they put me on, I think it was Prozac, for like I was supposed to be on it for an indefinite period of time. And one of the misconceptions about those types of drugs is that they're happy pills. They're definitely not. They don't make you happy. They even things out, like in your mind, so you can think clearly and solve your own problems. You know, like you have to take the initiative and be like, no, I'm not gonna fucking live like this.
Right. It's the same thing with like my ADD medicine.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I don't need it to function, but it really does. Like I always feel like I can take it for a little bit, and then I get in these good habits, and then when I'm off it, then I can carry that through.
Yeah. It's amazing because I think back to those times, which now seem so distant. You know, they were like over a decade ago.
Yeah.
And like I'm just so happy now, like all the fucking time, because like I know what it's like to be sad, you know, and like it gives you like there's the two different kinds of happiness, you know. There's the kid happiness where you're just like, I'm happy because everything's awesome and new and interesting.
I'm having a great time.
Yeah, and then there's the other happy, like the light at the end of the tunnel happiness, where you're like, I had to go through some shit, and like I earned this, you know.
Yeah, the mellow happy.
Yeah. The at peace kind of feeling.
The like half-opened eyes relaxed on the couch.
Yeah, totally. So that's the very truncated version of my story, but like basically after so like that's when I went to France like as an exchange student, and that really helped me too, like going to like a totally new place and like seeing like different environments and just being like, hey, you know what, like the world isn't what I thought it was. There's like a lot more to it that I haven't seen. Oh, that looks friendly. And so like, and I had this big, like, maybe this is like overly dramatic to say, but it is what happened. Like there was like this really pretty lake in the middle of the town I was staying in, and I was on Prozac for I guess like 6 months, and then like while I was out there I was like, I don't fucking need this shit anymore. Like this shit is, I just feel good, and I'm done. And so I like took
Did you throw it?
I did.
Nice.
I took the pill bottle and fucking threw it into the lake.
Yes.
Yeah, it was like one of the most satisfying like personal moments, I guess.
That's super cool.
And I've never told anybody that before.
I would love to have a story like that. My life is so not that.
Everybody has their things, man.
They're catharsis.
Yeah.
In one way or another.
Yeah, but I promise we'll get back to talking about like dicks and stuff soon. but I just wanted to share that because like so many people have like opened up to me since I joined the show, and
Return the favor.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, return the favor, and also it like made me more comfortable doing it myself. You know?
Oh sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there was a long time where I was very uncomfortable letting myself out there in the world.
Right.
Because of like, you know, it's particularly like specific communities that I was a part of were like very harsh on people.
Right.
About like being themselves.
Oh, you mean like fucking YouTube?
Having opinions and yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was like particularly Newgrounds. Like I met a lot of my really good friends from Newgrounds.
Right.
And there was a really like tight, cool community. But there was also a lot of like extreme douchebags. Like not like the YouTube stuff is like when you read YouTube comments, it's just like stupidity.
Right.
But when you read Newgrounds comments, it's like these people will like follow your work just to like wreck you.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So that's what I like had to deal with for a long time.
Oh, dude, that's fucking jealousy and insecurity.
Yeah.
If you're secure in yourself, like there's no reason to fucking dedicate your life to being an asshole.
So yeah, I mean, I'm sure among other things, but certainly that. And so like, yeah, that took me a long time to kind of, and it was really hard to be like a comedian too, because I couldn't be honest about myself.
Right.
If I was trying to like be this thing that wouldn't get made fun of all the time.
Exactly. You have to be, you have to just like be at peace with what you are and what you really want to be. Like a lot of people will say like, I'm an aspiring artist or I'm an aspiring like writer. Like, no, like you're a writer.
Yeah, I hate that.
You're
I
not.
always say that.
Like if you're doing that shit every day, like that's what you are. Like there's no just own it. And there's this really cool book called The Artist's Way that I really like, and it talks about that a lot. And it's like, don't be shy about calling yourself an artist. Be fucking proud of that shit, because that's what you are, and you're not anything until you can proudly declare that you are that. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, and do it every day. That's the other thing.
That's something that Jesse Shell says in his book, Art of Game Design.
I don't.
He says if you want to be a game designer, you just have to say it to yourself.
Yep.
That I am a game designer.
Don't be scared.
Yeah.
Like you have something to offer that no one else can bring.
Yeah, I mean it's you know, I still value humility like quite a lot, but
Oh yeah.
there's a level where it's too far.
I think it's
and it holds you back.
I think it's the difference between like proudly announcing it to yourself and like running around and being like, suck my dick, I'm an artist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Don't be an asshole. That's really the gist of it.
Yeah. Yeah, what was it? Oh man, there was a quote that I was like, I was thinking about. Oh. It was something that somebody posted recently that was like, something to the effect of, be nice to the people on the way up because you'll need them on the way down.
Oh yeah.
And it was like, I was like, I don't know that I necessarily agree with that. It's more just like, don't be a dick.
Yeah. Just don't just
Because there's still like a selfishness to that phrase.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you're gonna, you
be nice
yes,
so you can use these people
exactly.
later. Yeah. No, I don't think the spirit of it is like that, but I think it does. There is a way you could look at it where yeah, it's true.
Plus, it's also like really pessimistic.
Yeah.
Like you'll never stay.
You don't
up.
have to come down.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have to fucking crash and burn. That's not a necessary part of like artistic endeavors.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that's the thing that always bugged me too. It's like you hit your high point and then it gets low, and it's like, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's always a journey.
Yeah, I mean like
to find high point.
Yeah. Like, maybe the next thing you do won't sell as well, but, like, you can still fucking like it. Like, Jesus.
And like to do it.
Yeah.
Be a part of it. I think I went backwards. Yes, I did.
Okay, cool. Wow, well, I hope everyone enjoyed this incredibly, like, fucking open, clear the air Game Grumps episode.
Philosophical Grumps.
Yeah. I don't know. I promise there won't be another one, because that's my only story like that.
What's your favorite quote?
In general?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever happens, happens.
Really?
Yeah, no joke. Well, there are two. That's Spike from Cowboy Bebop. Whatever happens, happens.
Really?
It's such a fucking good term. Like, I love it. Wow, there's three. Okay, there's three. There's Aeneas Nin. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but it's we don't see things as they are, we see them as we are, which I think is very fucking cool. And there's one there's a famous one from a gravestone that I'm not gonna get it exactly right, but it's oh fuck, it's like, as you are, so once was I, but as I am, so shall you be. It's like, oh, that's awesome! Yes! Ah, so badass.
My one of my favorites, maybe not my absolute favorite, but like the one that I always think back to whenever I'm doing something
Right.
that I need to like accomplish, is that like it's coupled with like a story. So it's a Bruce Lee quote, and he was running with like a partner of his. And then his partner was like, I'm tired, I gotta rest. And he was like, no resting, don't rest. And he was like, come on, man, I gotta rest. And he was like, and they just got into a fight about it, and eventually he was like, well, then why don't you just die then? Oh my God. And it made him so angry that he went for like another 3 miles.
Bruce Lee?
Yeah. No, it made the other guy so angry. Bruce Lee's the one who said it.
Oh, it's fucking awesome.
So it's just like, oh man, like you might as well be dead if you can't like give it your all.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah. So.
And that Bruce Lee, he was one tasty motherfucker.
Yeah.
Look at this. Holy shit, speaking of tasty.
We'll find out what this is next time on Game Grumps.
Goddamn right. Later, everybody. Hey guys, this is Danny. I just really wanted to quickly say at the end of this episode, I've been getting a lot of your letters lately after what I shared in the 19th episode of Wind Waker. And there's just too many for me to read and respond to. It's just been like an amazing flood of stuff. And I just wanted to say how grateful I am. Please don't take it personally if I can't respond to all of them, because I've tried to do as many as I can, but I'm very moved that me sharing my story had a cool effect on a lot of you, and that it meant something to you, because it meant something to me to share it with you. So that was very cool. One thing I did want to say that someone pointed out that made a lot of sense, about the part that when I threw my medicine away, that worked out for me, but I'm very lucky it did, and that's not something you should do. If you are in that situation and you're on medication and you feel like you're ready to get off it, you should talk to your doctor and make that decision with someone qualified. Because I got away with something kind of stupid. But I don't want you to make that same mistake, and that's pretty much it. You know, we're all in this together, and I'm just very, very touched that so many of you wanted to share your stories with me, and you're awesome. So thank you very much, and we'll see you for more dick jokes and good times soon. Bye. It's just weird, man. Like, I don't know. Just my tolerance for dicketry has gone so far down, especially in the last couple of years.
That's okay. This is going way back, but we did a Q&A where I was saying I feel like you and I have more patience in different areas.
Okay.
And then afterwards, and I couldn't think of...
Ooh, nice. Good job.
I couldn't think of what you had less patience than me at. And you stopped me afterwards, and you were like, during that thing, I could tell you were thinking of something, but you didn't know what it was. And I remembered what it was.
What?
I can jump, right? Okay. It was, you have less patience than me for bullshit.
Oh, yeah, man, of course. Like...
and incompetence in general.
Oh, well...
Like, I can put up with a lot, but you're kind of like, no, this is bullshit. I'm not going to deal with this anymore.
I don't know. It depends on the circumstance. I definitely have very little tolerance for bullshit in the sense that, like, of, like, people being dicks.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to not be a dick. Just don't. Like, just, you know what makes people feel good and what makes them feel bad. Don't do the things that make them feel bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, incompetence doesn't bother me too much, except when, like, you know, really important things are on the line, like someone's health, or, you know, in our case, like something that we've, like, planned and worked on for months in advance, you know, and then someone's just like fucking
well, because it's not as important to them, so
exactly,
they're just they find it easier to put it lower on the list.
Yeah,
that's my, like, see, I'm like rationalizing, whereas you're like, I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, it's just, you just get older, and you're like, you know what, my time on this earth is limited.
Yeah, that's true.
How much of it can I spend? And like, that's the weird thing, too, because, like, you kind of, when you're a kid, you're like, whatever, like, when people get older, they're old, you know, like, fucking, who cares? like you've already lived your life. But it actually is kind of the opposite, you know, not that I'm old, but like, you know, you kind of start to feel like, wow, I have less time, you know?
Yeah.
Like time is incredibly precious and fleeting.
Yeah.
And maybe I don't want to spend all goddamn day at the DMV.
Yeah. Exactly.
It was beautiful outside today. That kind of thing.
That's something that I think occurred to me when I had listened to a talk from John Blow, the designer behind Braid, the game Braid.
Right.
He was doing a talk and he was like, you know, I'm the age that I am. I don't remember exactly what age it was, but it was like late 30s or 40s.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, it took me 3 years to make Braid. My next game will probably take me like 3 to 4 years, and it's like, there's only so many games in me from this point on, and I'm like, whoa, holy crap. There's like a finite amount of games I can make.
Oh,
so.
I think about that with albums.
Yeah.
That's why like I kill myself to like work so hard and like try to crank out as much stuff as possible, because like it's not just like that time is fleeting in general, but it's like circumstances are fleeting and constantly fluid. You know, you just like for Starbomb, for instance, I rely on Brian and you, but like anything could happen in any one of our 3 lives that would, you know, prevent us from doing another album. So it's important to, you know, get cracking on that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, we've written nothing for the 3rd Starbomb album. That was a bad example, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. I was like, really want to put that out there?
Yeah, sorry. We've been crazy busy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, whatever. I mean, everyone's got shit going on.
Yeah, jeez. I don't know, man. Like, I'm going through something. I mean, like, people will notice during, like, the last... Well, they might not come out at the same time, but, like, during a 7-episode chunk of Legend of Zelda and, you know, this group of Mario Galaxy, like, I'm doing my best, you know, doing everything I can, but, man, like, more so than probably any period of my life, like, I'm really exhausted, you know? Like, I'm experiencing some real, like diagnosable exhaustion.
Yeah.
And it's weird how it creeps up on you, you know, like, because you just go and go and go and go, and you're like, okay, more episodes this day, record a song tomorrow, and whatever. It just 5 things every day. And then all of a sudden a couple of years fall off the calendar, and like, and then one day you wake up and you're like, I'm so tired, I want to cry.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mean to get heavy, but like, it really is like crazy intense lately.
Nah, dude, I feel it too.
Yeah.
I just want to go into a mountain for like a year and just like draw all day. It's when you, I don't know, when you do so much stuff, your standards of like how you spend your time and the kind of work that you do are constantly growing.
Right.
They never go backwards.
Right.
So you always expect more from yourself every day that you're alive.
I never thought of it like that. It's kind of true though, because like you set like whatever the bar you set at, like if you slack off suddenly, like you're like, oh fuck, I'm below the bar.
Yeah.
And especially like in the YouTube world where, and in the internet world in general, where you stop doing stuff for like 2 weeks, you will be forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it just is a constant thing, and then like, you know, it runs you dry a little bit, and that's why I'm so grateful, you know, that Kevin and Brian and, you know, just everybody, Susie and Holly, and like everybody chips in like with the stream stuff, and it's just because like if we did that like consistently in addition to everything else, like I don't know, man, I think my body would just shut down on me.
Yeah, there would be a point where you just have to be like, where you have like an actual breakdown.
Yeah. And also just because like you see other people, mostly through social media, living their lives, and you're like, oh man, a life.
Yeah.
Like that'd be nice to have.
When's the last time I went outside and played frisbee with somebody?
Yeah. God.
Like I fucking used to love doing that.
This is the saddest episode of Mario Galaxy. I'm so sorry, everybody. This is not how we generally feel. It's just we're having a day today.
Today's been a day.
Yeah, it's been
But
emotional.
we're doing it. We're doing it for you guys.
But yeah, and for ourselves, because, like, I
would feel like garbage if I fucking stayed home and did nothing today.
Yeah, and I do love doing Game Grumps all the time. I don't want to give off the wrong impression.
Yeah.
But holy shit.
It could be better than... God damn it! Fuck!
Next time on Game Grumps. Clearly you're in a good place, so it's okay. You want to hug it out? Let's hug each other.
It's a little too hot to hug.
You're right, it's too hot.
But I'll rain check.
Okay.
Rain check on that hug.
Yeah, for when it cools off in LA.
Yeah.
See you in 5 months. I don't know if any of you guys have ever worked in a cubicle. I've done it several times in my life. It is a god-awful, soul-sucking experience. And if you're dealing with it, I hope you break out of it soon. Or I hope you love it. Maybe you love it. But I didn't love it. I felt like I was slowly dying inside every day. Luckily, I only had to do it for 3 years. You know what? I'll tell you a little story. I'll just say that as much as I have a dream job now, I have said many times to people who have asked me in person that it takes a long time. It takes a long time of like pursuing dreams to kind of like break them and make them come true, you know? And they don't always come true. And that's the scary part. So Brian and I, it's interesting, are of like two different minds about this. Like, you know, you always hear like, follow your dreams and do whatever your heart desires and things will work out. But I am a believer in that because my life has kind of been an example of that. But Brian thinks that's actually irresponsible to say, because it's like, don't quit your day job. Like, you need your day job, and just by a numbers game, things don't always work out for people. So his concern is that like he would be enabling someone to like destroy their life if he said, yeah, fuck everything, just go for it. Which makes total sense. Brian, I think it's fair to say, is a more pragmatic guy than I am, which is good because he has a wife and kid, and I'm kind of like, you know, single dude. But like, so I guess I will say that like I don't believe in destiny, and I don't believe in fate. I just believe in pure will, you know? Like just, and like, if you really love doing something and you want to dedicate your life to it, I say go for it, but like, you better be sure that you have the stomach for it, because what it's going to require is several different points where you're like, am I blowing my life? You know, like, am I fucking this whole thing up? That's just part of it. I'm just trying to get this right. Okay. And that's a tough thing, you know, because like, as you try to, like, especially if you're trying to pursue an artistic life, like there will probably be a point in time where, you know, you see, oh shit. So yeah, the only reason I got on that was because like I had to take a lot of jobs in places that looked like this, in my early struggling musician days in Philly, and then my continued struggling musician days in New York. And so in order to be successful, you really have to like, you just have to have the stomach to like be in that position where you'll see your friends like getting high profile jobs and like quote unquote safer jobs, I guess, and moving ahead of you in life, and it's painful and you'll kind of feel like you're getting left behind. That's all part of it, you know? And it can be difficult to deal with, but like it is so worth it when it actually happens. And I'm a believer that it will happen. The last thing I wanted to say about following your dreams and such is that there will be probably about 5 times in the pursuit of said dream where
things will conspire against you and you feel like you should just give up and you're stupid and you're wasting your time and it sucks and everything's awful. You just have to keep going in those moments if it's what you really want, if you feel like you have the stomach for it. Because the difference between people who do achieve said dreams and who kind of give up before they're achieved is just that, you know, that willingness to push through those moments. And there will be many of them. So that's what I would say. Go for it. Do what you love. I think you live once, so fucking live your life to the fullest and don't be afraid, because all of the best things in life come when you're out of your comfort zone, and everything worth doing is scary at first. But that's it. And look, like these two guys, Mark and Scott, they created something really special with the Space Quest games, and look at me. I'm fucking 37 years old, and I haven't played this game in like 25 years, and I remember it like the back of my hand, because it just meant so much to me. So, and that's really what it's all about, like creating something that matters, you know? So thank you to Mark and Scott. Thank you to you guys for following Game Grumps and Ninja Sex Party and everything that I and my friends do. It means the world to us. And yeah.
You know what? Fuck it. I can't stand this game anymore. All right, Kevin, do me a favor. Future Kevin.
Okay.
Put up a picture of your face and my face.
Okay.
And just say Grumpcast Love Edition. And now we're just doing a podcast.
All right.
Hey. Yeah, it's weird. Like I've never
I should make some
yeah, shut up, bitch.
It's gonna be even better if I like mute the game audio and it's like you're just yelling at me.
You know what? Actually, let's mute this.
Okay.
And we'll put on some quiet romantic music. Non-copyright protected, of course. Yeah, it's weird. There's different ways to show intimacy, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And pet names was never really one for me, other than just like, I don't know. I guess I mostly express the love in like hugs and actions, you know, more than like, hey baby, you know, like that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Because everyone calls each other baby.
True. It's like when you find that someone who you can have that comfort level, you know, and just say babe. It's nice. It's pretty nice. That's why I call you babe every day.
Of course, dude.
Yeah.
I've not been in a relationship for quite some time now.
Mm-hmm.
And you've seen me. Like at first I was like super broken up, and then not. Then like it just became okay, and it just happens weirdly. And then I don't know. I think I'm the happiest I've ever been from like a love and relationship standpoint. And this is gonna sound so hippie-ish, but I swear to God it's true. Like kind of like learn to like love myself.
Oh,
for the first time.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
That was my New Year's resolution, to love myself.
It's big, and it sounds selfish in a sense, like I'm putting myself in front of other people, but like you can't love someone else until you love yourself.
That's right.
You know, because if you do, then like, or if you love someone and you don't feel that way about yourself, the love that you'll have like won't be grounded, and then you end up losing yourself in that other person.
Exactly. I think you actually told me this. It's not about finding your other half. It's about two whole people coming together.
Fuck yes.
Yeah.
Like, and that's my big problem. Man, this is gonna get deeper than we meant it to, but
Yeah,
fuck it.
whatever.
That's my honest problem with like the way love is presented in society. Like you have it's that you complete me thing, you know, where the idea is I'm a hemisphere and the girl is a hemisphere, and together we create a sphere, you know? When the fucking truth is you need to be your own sphere, and she needs to be her own complete sphere. And then if you come together, you can form a partnership which is like really equal and respectful and loving. And then if it doesn't work out, you go your separate ways, but like you're still complete people and you're still okay. the other way, the incorrect way, in my opinion, is where like you feel like this person is my other half, you know? And then if you break up, then fucking half your soul is getting torn away.
Yep.
I know you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. It's something that I think everyone needs to go through.
For sure.
It's a big part of growing up. There's a song that I really like. It's called Whatever It Takes by Lifehouse. It was a song that I was listening to a lot. Like
Right.
My last breakup. But a part of that song and the lyrics that really hit me was, you have to love yourself before you can ever love me. I
Yup.
was like, that's so fucking true.
It's the truth, man. You can only know and love someone as well as you know and love yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's no question about it. And it's weird too, because like in every movie you see, and it's just put in your face constantly, like, you need to find someone.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure.
Credits roll and a happy ending occurs when the guy gets the girl.
Yeah, exactly. And then we're surrounded by that. And then I know like in high school, you see couples all around you and you're thinking like, gee, when's my time? And
Right.
It's like, it's not a race, you know? It's
not a race, and it's not for anybody else.
Right.
Other than you and the person you're in a relationship with. Like,
right.
I'm pretty much off Facebook these days. Like, I had to stop because you don't get an accurate representation of people's lives.
Mhm.
You know, you get a projection of what they want you to think their life is.
Yeah.
Which is why so many couples, like, you'll see, like, their profile pictures will be like them like about to kiss, or them kissing on like a waterfall, and then they break up like a week later and you're like, whoa, what happened?
People don't post the bad times.
Right. It's they don't post the honest shit.
Yeah.
Because relationships need work just like, you know, anything else.
There should be realitybook.com, and you have to like you have to post a picture, like, even in your bad moments, like it's a requirement every day.
Right. And it's, you know, the tailored ads that I get because I'm 36, as you know, and like,
oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, kill yourself. No, and it's wonderful. That's another thing, like that, like a youth obsessed culture. The idea that like 36 is old, when like, if I say that to my grandma, who's about to be 89, she'll be like, fuck you, 36 is old.
I
like,
was so shocked when you like told me you were 36.
oh,
Or,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Well, you were 35 when I first met you.
That's true.
And
So I was lying
like,
about being 36.
I was like, man, this dude looks like he's 28.
Yeah.
You have some youthful exuberance.
Thanks, man. Well, it's also because I'm lucky enough to do what I love, and that shit keeps you young. And you know,
because you hang out with me.
Yeah. I feel like getting older is not a choice, but like resigning yourself to the fact that means you can't do like certain things or be as happy or you have less to offer, like that's all bullshit. And like, what I was going to say was the tailored ads I get because of, you know, because Facebook knows everything about you and they sell that shit to advertisers so they can advertise to you more accurately. So I get the like in your mid 30s and still single, like those things on the sidebar. And it's like, man, it's like, it's not like I have a disease.
Yeah, that's almost like an invasion of privacy in a way.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm trying to say. It's like, you know, when people get involved in a relationship on Facebook, it's like screamed from the rooftops. It's like, I'm in a relationship. And you see the two people's pictures there and a little like heart. And it's just like, they win. Yeah. And like, what are you doing with your life?
Yeah.
You know, and listen, I understand how someone might hear me saying this stuff and like think like, oh man, sounds like bitter single guy, like doesn't have love in his life. Not true. It's actually really the opposite. Like
You're content.
Yeah.
with yourself.
You can be happy in any circumstance. Like
That's right.
the last girlfriend I had was awesome, and I was super happy in that relationship. And now that I'm single, that's awesome too. Like,
Yeah.
it's really a decision of whether you're going to feel like you just have to be honest with yourself. You're like, what does my life really need, and what do I want, and not let other people put what they think you should want into your head.
That's right.
Because like Valentine's Day more or less exists the way it does because it makes people a lot of money.
Yep, that's exactly.
The card business, the chocolate business, the balloon business, the singing telegram shit,
It's
like
all bullshit.
yeah, I mean, there's a reason, and you know, we get in our own heads about stuff and think like, oh my God, it's about me and my love life. No, it's about someone else trying to make money, you know? And then like, if you want, like you should make it about yourself, you know? If that's what you want, like if you're in a relationship, yeah, of course, like take
If
time
Valentine's Day is about love, then you can love yourself on
Yeah.
Valentine's Day.
and show love to your partner if you have one. But like, you should be showing love to them all the time.
Yeah,
You know, you don't need a
exactly.
day for it.
That's a very good point.
Yeah, so I don't know, like, I mean, at this point in my life, I've been in and out of love pretty heavily a bunch of times, you know? And it's just like, each one is its own story. Each relationship teaches you something new. And for the most part, like, I can really only look back on one girlfriend and be like, oh man, that sucked. You know, like that was not fun.
Yeah, I feel you, man. You're preaching to the choir here.
Yeah, all the
Like-
others had like their shitty moments, you know, but like they were fantastic experiences and great people.
Yeah, like as some of you know, because you know you guys follow me on social media. Some of you anyway. If you kept up with my Instagram, you guys knew that I was in a relationship for most of last year, and it came to an end. But it's okay, because like that was an experience that you know I don't regret at all, and it just ran its course, and things happen for a reason. And in a way, I'm kind of glad you guys got to share that with me, you know? But I'm now in a stage of my life where like I'm much happier, you know, with myself. And that is like, that's really important. And
The
it's
most
something,
important.
Yeah, it's something that I didn't value enough. And if it wasn't for that relationship last year, I wouldn't have grown as a person. So
It's true. And the shitty moments in your life have to be seen as opportunities for growth.
yeah,
You know, like they feel shitty, they feel awful, they're hellish in certain moments.
oh, absolutely.
Yeah, but like you know what a good quote is that I heard? Hearts don't break, they break open.
Yeah. Or
And
get broken in.
yeah.
It's like a dent.
Yep.
And then, you know.
Well, you need to get your heart broken in because later in life, you know, when the challenges that you face only get more difficult,
That's
like
true.
loved ones dying and like sickness and all kinds of things. And like, you know, you think, God knows when I was in college and I broke up with my college girlfriend, I was like, this is the worst I will ever feel. I'm like, I look back on it now, I'm like, you pussy. Like, you had no idea. You had
Yeah.
no idea.
It, like, whenever you feel like you've hit rock bottom, the thing is, like, it's just a feeling, and you should use that as motivation. There's no way to go but up, and things always get better. It's crazy how life always works itself out.
Yep. Yep.
Time really does heal all wounds.
Yeah, and like when you come out of a relationship, a lot of times it's so easy to feel unlovable and like unworthy and all that shit. But like love is all around you.
Yep.
Always. And like if you want that, like it'll happen. Like you just have to relax and not try so hard for
Yeah,
it.
the best things in life actually happen when you least expect it.
Yeah.
When you're not looking for it. I mean, like, one of the best things that's ever happened to me is working with you guys.
Yeah.
I wasn't looking specifically for, I need to become the Game Grumps video editor.
Right.
It was when I was freelancing in all of 2014, and I sent like 200 applications out, and then I didn't even remember I applied to Grumps because it didn't even say Grumps. It was just like a Let's Play channel.
Right.
You know, the rest is history. Same thing with love. It happens when you least expect it.
Totally. When you're just doing your own thing and doing what makes you happy,
Yeah.
that's when love shows up, and it's the kind of love that like fits into the flow of your life.
Yeah, it's natural. It's not forced.
Right. And I mean, whatever. I've never been on Tinder or anything like that. I'm sure it's fun. or it's a shit show. Who knows? But
Yeah.
like, like it seems like those types of things can lead to a lot of like false promises, you know, and a lot of like, a lot of good times, but a lot of shitty situations too, because like you're reaching for something, you know, you're like, I gotta try to make this happen. Not to, and listen, all of the opinions expressed here are just what I've learned in my life. Like if you feel differently, that's totally fine too.
Yeah. We're just shooting the shit because this game is complete ass.
Yeah, no, this is actually, I'm actually enjoying this much more than playing the
this
game.
is awesome.
Any final thoughts you'd like to add?
Final thoughts?
Yep.
Oh man, I could go on about love all day, man. I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, I am one of those hopeless romantic types. I'm like Ted Mosby on How I Met Your Mother. But yeah, just remember to love yourself.
Yeah. Be good.
Like Justin Bieber's song.
Yep. If you have a partner today, be good to them, be honest with them, be faithful to them, because I've cheated on girls before, and it was the worst thing in the world for me and for them and for my image of myself. And I had to end up facing every one of those girls and apologizing firsthand, and they all accepted it, and it was cool, but it took me a long time to get over that. And like now I can look back and be like, wow, the reason I cheated on them was because I didn't love myself. And as a result, I deep down didn't believe anyone else could love me. So you get into that headspace of like, well, if this person is gonna cheat on me or like break my heart or whatever, I'll fucking do it first, you know?
Yeah.
And that shit is so childish.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking like 15 years ago this was the case with me. But like...
Well, it's kind of like when you go through a breakup and you try to win the breakup game.
Yeah, no one wins the breakup.
Yeah.
Like, you both will end up with other people eventually. It's not a race. Don't jump into something with somebody else quickly just because you are afraid to face those bad feelings, because those bad feelings are where your growth is going to happen.
Yeah.
And you might, if you rush it, you might end up with someone who's not that great for you. And that's a dangerous thing too. But anyway, all I was going to say was if you're with someone today, be honest and faithful to them, and treat them right and be good to them. And if you're not with anyone today, be honest and faithful and good to yourself, because it is equally important. And just, don't be afraid of love, because
it's a beautiful thing.
It really is. It really is. It's what makes life worth living, and along with music and other things like that. And it's what we're all seeking.
Yep. Don't rush it. It'll happen. Everyone experiences it.
Yeah, because ultimately we just want to be loved, and we want to love ourselves. And people get mixed up. They think that money is going to do it. They think that power is going to do it, or fame. But what they're really looking for underneath all that is love. Same thing with respect. It's just the desire for love, and the desire to matter. But you do matter, and you're the only one who can make that decision about yourself. It's not going to be the possessions that you have or anything like that. Gosh,
This is
super
got
deep,
deep, yeah.
super deep. But fuck it, man. This is I love doing shit like this.
yeah, man. It's cool. Thanks for letting me be a part of this.
My pleasure, brother. And we love you guys.
Yeah, I love you guys. Happy Valentine's Day.
Love you, Kevin.
Love you, Daddy boy.
Yeah, and I love myself. Hello, welcome back to Game Grumps, where we were in the middle of a larger conversation.
Yes, we were talking about overworking and depression and all that shit.
It's fun.
Yeah, it was good topic conversation.
Digging it.
What I was saying was, in terms of understanding there's a balance in what we do instead of overworking, was what I sort of realized I was dreading in terms of, here's how it worked, right? I had a month off. I got off.
Hell yeah.
I was immediately, many times. I was immediately depressed.
Right.
And then there was sort of this dire looming sense of like, oh shit, I'm depressed and this is my time off. Is this really time off, right?
Right.
And so it was like, well, I need to make the best of my time off, but I'm depressed. And it was just the clock a-ticking, you know?
Yeah, I remember you telling me when you came back that, like, I thought I knew what depression was. I did not know.
Yeah.
Which was interesting.
For sure. I had never been in that state before in my life. It was really bad. But what the fuck was I saying?
Sorry. You've
the balance thing.
Yes.
Okay, so there was this sense of like dread, right, where I was like, the clock's ticking, and when I thought about work and going back to work, it sort of felt like it was like so final, you know. It was like, well, then I'll never get time off again, you know, like, you're like, I'll never be able to rest again. I'll just go back immediately to work.
Is this as good as it gets?
And I wasn't considering a life change where it was like, well, I can go back to work and just balance work and not work.
Right.
Because work is fun sometimes and very satisfying at other times. And sometimes it's hard, but like the reason I work is because I do enjoy it.
Oh God, yeah. And remember how we were talking about, because I went through something similar a couple years ago, and we were just minor changes. How would I put this? A lot of it was how I framed it in my mind. Because Game Grumps, it's hard work, and yet it's not work at all.
Yeah.
It's like play, you know? So it's both super fun and super draining, depending on how you let yourself approach it.
Mm-hmm.
And so in my calendar, I used to write work, you know, when we had to do Grumps episodes.
Yeah.
And just the act of changing the word work to play games with Aaron made me feel different about it in my mind. It's really, really strange that something that simple could have like such a profound effect.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
There's just no blueprint for how to do something like this because so few people have this job. You know, we were talking about that with Jacksepticeye. Like, it's hard to relate to people. Or rather, it's hard for people to relate to what we do, unless they've done it themselves for a long period of time.
Right.
Because it's super fun. If you do it for a year, it's like endless fun. It's just super fun. If you do it for 5 years, there's gonna be some moments that have ups and downs because so much life happens in that stretch of time, you know? And like you still have to maintain not just like the exterior of someone enjoying themselves playing. You actually have to enjoy yourself or else you can't do it.
But so for me, right, like I'm trying to find my place again. It's so tough to to fucking throw a hat around and also
speak.
Yeah. We'll speak not and put sentences together. Good.
Noted.
But so my idea in my head of going back to work and being on break were these two fucking like binary states.
Right.
Of like, I am on break, I can rest, versus I am working all the time and doing this and I have no chance to be myself and do the things that I want to do, right? So that's where like the existential dread came from, where it was like the clock's a ticking for me to enjoy myself, and the pressure of me enjoying myself is making me even more depressed.
Oh God, dude, just think of that statement. The pressure to enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Like that is such a counterproductive oxymoron.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, these assholes.
Yeah,
again.
they're great. They're all well designed.
Never get tired of them.
But yeah, so once I realized that, where it's like, oh, I can like take weekends off and actually fucking enjoy myself and like be like, I need time for myself today and like that kind of shit.
Right.
And also I'm in the position to be able to do that, right? Like at the end of the day, everything that I do is sort of self-inflicted. I'm in a place where like all I really have to do, you know, the bare minimum I have to do is fucking do Game Grumps once a week, you know?
Right.
The reason I'm so busy is because I decided to do all these other fucking things.
Right.
So to be able to tell myself, hey, I don't need to do that stuff today, it's a super valuable gift that I've been blessed with.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of people that don't have that that freedom to be able to do that. It's just a shame that I inflicted the non-freedom onto myself mentally. I had to fight through that.
Yeah, it's a very normal human thing to do.
Yeah. Whereas most people want the least amount of work, I'm like subconsciously finding the most amount of work.
Right, right. Well, there's just so much like we want to do and like a limited amount of time to do it. And, you know, we're ambitious people, for sure. But underneath that is this more basic desire to just matter, you know? Like, I'm really glad that Ninja Sex Party took off the way it did, you know, mostly because of Game Grumps. Whoa.
Those things are fucking dope.
Those things are crazy. But yeah, more than anything, I was just grateful that anything I did took off because I just wanted to like make a difference in the world, you know? And granted, there are people that have made a much bigger difference in the world, but I mean, you could take that stance with anything, you know? There will always be someone who made a bigger impact than you, or...
Yeah.
It's a fool's errand to try to be the most anything in the world.
Yeah, for sure. And also, like, I've found, at least for me, that, like, the greater the scale, honestly, like, the less satisfying it is.
The less you can relate to the difference you're making.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because, you know, if I can fucking, like, hold a door open for an old lady and she's like, oh my god, and smiles at me.
Right.
That's fucking, like, I feel great for the rest of the day, right?
Right.
But if I just, like, there's some announcement where it's like, wow, Game Grumps hit the top thing ever, or whatever. I'm like, wow, that's cool. Like, it's hard to comprehend that and turn it into a feeling.
I recently rewatched that KTLA 5 thing they did on us. I don't know why, it just came up in like the thumbnails and I was like, oh yeah, I haven't looked at this since it came out. And the number of views on our channel, that wasn't that long ago. That was only like a year and a half ago, something like that. The number of views on our channel, like, overall it's pretty close to doubled since then.
Really?
Yeah, it's insane.
Jeez.
But the numbers are so abstract that you can't wrap your head around what it possibly means, you know?
Yeah.
And it's very easy because the only other numbers that you can compare something like that to are other people who do what we do, you know? And there's plenty of people that are bigger than that. So it's easy to like fall into that trap where you're tricking yourself into thinking you're not actually making that much of a difference in people's lives.
Yeah. Well, even still,
even though like we're constantly getting messages from people saying exactly that.
Yeah.
Like you are making a difference, which is the fucking coolest.
But I also think like,
whoa,
That's what that is.
Not that it's like lesser, but also like it does mean more to other people to have some kind of individual, what's the word? Involvement, I guess. What I mean by that is like, we do get emails from people all the time saying, you know, Game Grumps help me in one way or another, which is awesome. When I help somebody in person, I feel like it or at least when I'm helped in person by somebody, it feels like much realer. And you know, it's like I don't want to downplay what other people are feeling in terms of being affected by the show. I guess I don't really have a greater point.
Oh boy.
I'm just trying to like refocus the value on like the day-to-day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Cause really, like, when I come into the office and I'm like, you're doing really good work or something to somebody, and they're just like, wow, that means a lot. Like, that means a lot to me.
Yeah, sure. It's an actual human connection.
Yeah, as opposed to like, well, you know, I'm producing your project and I made it happen and now it's a thing, and you know, like, I obviously put a lot of work into this myself and also a lot of my faith, and
Sure.
like, that's cool. But to me, it's not as cool as like looking somebody in the eye and like believing in them right in that moment, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
So that's sort of, I'm trying to shift my focus to more of that kind of stuff this year and in the future.
Yeah, just the more like primary relationships you have in your life, the better. Like,
yeah.
You know that term, right? Primary and secondary relationships.
I can guess what it means, but I've never heard that before.
I mean, it's been a long time since I've thought of this stuff, but something I learned in school, like, a secondary relationship would be a functional relationship that you have with someone, like the mailman, or like a waiter. That's a secondary relationship. Whereas a primary relationship is, you know, your friend, or something like that. But if you can turn your secondary relationships and get them to be a little bit more primary, whereas, you know, you go to the same restaurant a few times, see the waiter a bunch of times, ask him what his name is, you know, introduce yourself, and then, hey, it's no longer like the waiter, it's Dennis, you know, and
Yeah.
like, I've noticed that when I fill my life with like those types of things, like little shifts where, whoa, that's a big ass snow cone.
Yeah, man.
If I move my life a little more towards like actually interacting with people on like a more human level, than I need something from you, you provide a service level, then the day is more rewarding.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that for sure. It's a lot tougher for me though, because I didn't come up in a social environment, so I have to put like a huge amount of effort into it.
Right. I remember you saying that. I remember you saying like, was it the nice coat episode of Mario Maker? But you were like, I can talk to people, no problem. I know exactly how to talk to people, but there's something about me, like the way I'm wired, that makes it difficult for social situations.
Yeah, and it's very strange because I feel like it's this. I mentioned this on a previous episode of Game Grumps, but it was you're the most extroverted introvert I've ever met.
Yeah, sure. I'm definitely a mixture.
And the more I think about me,
you're the most introverted extrovert.
Yeah, exactly. Because
Yeah.
people, you know, whatever it's worth, but people have defined being an extrovert and an introvert as like gathering energy from either a social or antisocial situation.
Right.
So an extrovert, in this case, gathers energy from being around people.
Right.
And I see us as the opposite of that, where being around people is sort of draining for you, and then you need time to recharge.
Even though I super love being around people.
Right.
Yeah.
But in my case, like, I get energy from being around people,
But you
it's
super
really
love being alone.
it's really difficult for me to be around people.
Yeah.
At times, because I'm just social anxiety or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. I think we're called ambiverts.
Ambiverts?
Yeah, which means just kind of somewhere in the middle. But
yeah, you like the end result is the same, but we get there through the exact opposite routes.
Yeah.
Which is probably why we counter each other so well in a show like this, you
Yeah.
know? Because we have the same perspective, but we come at it from completely different angles.
That's an interesting philosophy on it.
I mean, shit, like, we've spent enough time together. We gotta, there must be something that clicks with us.
There must be some way to fuck it.
There's gotta be some way to fuck each other. Hey, next time on Game Grumps.
Yeah.
I think, I feel good about this conversation. I think we'll get back to talking about the game, and we'll talk to this walrus, Jerry Garcia looking dude with the beads in his beard.
Where's your ice cream, bro?
I don't know. Let's find out. I'm excited. What the creamy goodness.
Now I want ice cream.
Dude, samesies.